So I guess Elon Musk and Donald Trump, first Elon Musk he's upset about what they're calling the big, beautiful bill, this giant spending bill, enormous spending bill. Again, more money, more money that we don't have. National debt can never be paid off. Again, I know this is all a big show, one way or the other. Maybe Elon's not fully aware of it. So maybe he's getting upset about things. Or again, maybe he's just playing a role here. Then his department of Doge is shut down. And, but I'll still be a little side advisor to the Trump admin. So we're good. Everything's fine. And then, Trump threatens to, I guess, stop some of the government spending on Elon's companies. And then Elon says, I don't know who said what first, but, Elon says, well, the reason they're not releasing the Epstein files, is because Donald Trump's involved. His name's in there. And, of course, the White House says, oh, Elon's just having one of his little moments. He's not happy because the stuff that he was hoping for wasn't in the big, beautiful bill and blah, blah, blah. So it's a little tit for tat going on. But I have to say, out of all the dreams that I've had, I've had a number of them involving Donald Trump. Not a whole lot, but I've definitely had several. And besides the, aviation accident that hasn't happened yet, again, I use the word accident very lightly, I've had other dreams with him. And none of them was like, oh, man, I thought Donald Trump was good. And, man, God, I don't even want to tell you guys what I saw in this dream last night about him. Man, it wasn't good. I've never had one like that. I've never had a dream telling me, Joe, this is the real Donald Trump. You kind of have been lied to. Never had one. If I were to have one, I'd come out and do a video with some shame on my face and say, I didn't know. I believed everything, blah, blah, blah. And then I'd say, look, I had this dream last night, and gosh, this is what I saw, man. I hate to tell you guys this. I voted for him too, but that's not the case. I have yet to have a dream telling me Donald Trump's the wrong guy. Donald Trump's a bad guy. Donald Trump's involved in some bad thing. I've never had one. And again, if I did, I would have to come out here, old realist news, Joe. Oh, guys, this one's going to hurt. Man, this one's going to hurt today. You better be sitting down for what I got in a dream last night. This is not good. I'd have to lay it on you. That's not the case. So I don't know what exactly Elon thinks, because first of all, Elon would never be in a position, in my opinion here, to know with absolute certainty that, Donald Trump's definitely in the Epstein files as one of these, bad guys. Like, yeah, he might be in the Epstein files as, he met him a few times at some parties, as Epstein tried to do that with everybody in high-level government, in finance and Hollywood. You got to make the honey pots, the honey traps. So he's out there doing that as much as he can, getting, stretching his tentacles as far as they will go. And yes, we know about him and Clinton, Hillary and Bill, and how many times they rode on that damn plane of his, and where they went, including photos of Bill Clinton in the water in front of that island hanging out with some people. And I remember back in the day, it was like, well, who's taking the photo? Who was taking the photo you are seeing right now? And I still don't know that answer. Nobody does. Well, I say nobody. None of us normal people do. People like Tori probably does, or Entheos. But nonetheless, if the deep state had that on Trump, as he was running both elections, right? 2016, 2020, which we saw what happened there, and now 2024, which he's president again. If the deep state had that on him, do you think for 1 second that card would have not already been played? They would have stopped them in 2016. There would have been no 2020. There would have been no 2024. There'd be no name Trump ever again after that. It would be over. But they don't have that on him, so they couldn't use it on him. So they had to make up stuff on him, which we saw. The Russian, the Russian dossier, the Steele dossier. Other governments were involved in spying on our president and the Five Eyes thing. And between you and me, I think deals were made by him to those other governments. You're going to step down. You're going to go down because you're all exposed. This is an act of war. You guys were allies. This is an act of war against the United States. And we can go very badly with this, or we can play nice. And if we play nice, it's going to go my way. I could hear Trump saying that. Some very, very bad people. They were supposed to be our allies, and and I made a deal like I always do. You're going to step down. You've lost power. You can stay in power, but pretend. You can stay in power, but pretend. You're going to finish your term. You guys are done. The Pope, yeah, you're out of here. This other guy's coming in. And remember, I did tell you guys, way before there was any sickness issues with the Pope, everything was fine. Pope was good health. Everything's great. Hey, guys, I had a dream. Pope is gone. He's dead. I took over. I'm the new Pope. And I come in and I make some changes. Not a lot. Not a lot. But a few huge changes that were great changes as far as humanity is concerned in the Catholic Church and stuff. And a few people at the top in the church were not happy with my decisions. And I think one or two of them, I think one of them was found floating down a river dead, something like that. So it's funny because I haven't done a video on this. I did read that some of the higher-ups in the Catholic Church were not happy with this new guy. Funny enough. But I had that dream way before there was any issues, even an inkling of an issue with the Pope, as far as health or him wanting to resign or anything. And then he goes downhill fast. Well, not really that fast, because it was a while ago when I had that dream. So, anyways, we own a total of 3 Teslas. I love the Teslas. I don't know what the deal is with Elon Musk. Is he just acting like a little baby? Is he, why would you say something that powerful? Again, unless he's playing a role to get everybody amped up on the left, hook him in, and then boom, the Epstein files come out, and yeah, Trump's in there, but holy shit, it's the opposite. What? Kind of like, we've got his tax return. Remember Rachel Madcow? Oh, we've got his tax return. When we come back from the break, we're going to go over this. And they're going over it. He paid millions of dollars in taxes? Riffraff face, activate. We have his tax return, but he paid a bunch of taxes? Yeah. It could be one of those. We've got the Epstein files. Trump's name's in there. Oh, what's this? Huh? The opposite? And then they come out, well, Elon, I told you his name was in there. Hey, guys, I guess it was better to be good than bad, huh? Again, you have no idea. You're watching a movie. Is this part of the script? Again, Tori knows. And I've got some catching up to do on her Telegram right now because it's been a couple of days since I've scanned it. But she may have something already posted in there. We'll have to find out, see if she says anything. But it doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I've never had a bad dream about Trump. And didn't have one over the last 2 days about him, about this or Epstein or nothing. And I will remind you, speaking of this is a very good thing to end this video on. The third and final dream that I had about Trump in regards to the aviation accident. I was about to take off in a helicopter. He was there. Not in the helicopter, but he was there. Something was wrong. I go to lift off. Oh, something wrong. Take it, shut it down. Boom. I've got a part in my hand, and I'm walking towards the airport. There's a little outside cafe, and there's his family, kids, everybody sitting there eating around this big kind of round table, just enjoying the day. And I'm walking towards them because I need to take a right to go to the bathroom or something. And here comes Trump, Donald Trump. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I walk by him. He walks by me. He's on the left, my left, and we just do a little side eye action to each other, like we know who each other is, but we can't let everybody else know. It's like, like a little mini wink almost. As if I have that relationship with him. But I turn right down the hallway, and then I'm like, where's the other one? Oh, it's down that hallway. Okay, another right. And no one's back there, but I'm going back there to use the bathroom. And there's a little small hallway right where the bathrooms are, another hallway. So I go in there, and here's Jeffrey Epstein. Funny enough, right? Jeffrey Epstein. Hey, Joe, how's it going, man? How you doing? Listen, you ever think about joining us, our side? Not everything is bad, over here. You ever consider that? And I'm like, and I think there might have been somebody with him, or no, maybe not. I was concerned there might be someone with him, like his bodyguards or something, or close by, or whatever. Or maybe they were there. I don't remember now. I'd have to read my dream book because I write all these dreams down. And I thought for my own safety, I'll just be like, would you give me a couple of days? Let me think about it. And he was like, oh, yeah, all right, cool, okay, cool. Talk to you later. Like he wasn't even expecting me to say that. So he was satisfied with my answer and he left. And I felt, okay, I'm safe, And basically I didn't even get to the bathroom. The dream ended. And I remember taking that as like, you had this information that may save Donald Trump's life at some point. I was shown how to get a hold of him and told to do it by someone you guys know. Very, very good person that is in the know, and told me very specific things to do to get it to him, and then confirmed he got your letters. Thank you. All right. Okay. So if that day comes, the way I was taking that dream, and he decides on that day I'm not flying, and then or still does, but is doing it as a highly classified operation, something happens, he's not on board, but you think he is on board, and he has to go away for a little while, whatever the case. He could say, this dude saved my life. This random guy, Joe, come up on stage, give a speech. Yeah, yes, sir, I'll come up, Donald Trump. By the way, Mr. Trump, I challenge you to a dance competition, doing your dance. And it was like the dream was like, you could not mention these things to him, to Trump, and just let things happen. And maybe he'll really die. He'll really go away. Join our side, Joe. You ever think about joining our side? It's not that bad. Not everything is, that bad. Like he admitted things are bad, can be bad on that side, but not always. And I decided no. And I remember thinking that after that, like, I'm on the Trump train. I'm not getting off. I don't care what. Like, you don't even know Mr. Epstein. And that was it. So anyways, just want to talk about that a little bit this morning, and talk to you guys later.